You're listening to OS from the BBC World Service, just coming up to 18 minutes past the hour now. A lot of people have been reading this story from Taiwan. It's on our website right now. It's a sad one. A 7-year-old boy has died after a judo session, but he had been slammed to the floor 27 times, which is a very difficult line to read or to think about. Now, local media say his parents decided to withdraw life support after more than 2 months that he was in a coma. Let me bring in our China media analyst, Kerry Allen, who has been following this story. A terrible story, Kerry. What more do we know about the situation for this little boy?
It is. It's extremely sad. And I remember back in April when this incident happened, Taiwan media were saying that there was footage at the time that blew up in Taiwan. It showed this boy having moves practiced on him by both his 10-year-old classmate and his coach. And after several throws, he's clearly distressed. Media said at the time that he was complaining of pain in his feet and his head, and he pleaded with the coach not to throw him anymore. At one point, he was even vomiting, but still, the coach ordered more moves to be practiced on him until he reportedly then passed out, turned pale and became unresponsive. And he has been unresponsive ever since April. So it was an absolutely tragic and shocking story at the time. And he spent 69 days in a coma, completely unresponsive. So, yeah, people were horrified by this story.
His poor parents. So what has happened as a consequence of those actions within that class?
Well, at the time, what happened was the coach was taken in for questioning. He did say at the time that the boy had cried in previous classes and that's why he continued going ahead and continuing to get the boy to be doing judo with other students. He was then investigated, but then released without bail. But as it became clear that the boy was not recovering, he wasn't showing any changes whatsoever, he was then charged with physical assault. And that was thought to carry between a 3 and a 10-year sentence. But now the boy has died. He's going to be charged with injury causing death, and that could lead to anything from a 7-year prison sentence up to life imprisonment. It's also come out since that the coach was unlicensed. So, it's not looking good for him.
Also, with this particular incident, I mean, is it just an isolated incident or has it sparked wider discussion?
It is something of an isolated incident, but it has sparked a fair bit of discussion about why nobody intervened, because this boy was quite clearly in distress in the class. In a few ways, it kind of has echoes of the George Floyd incident. This boy was not very well after, being thrown around a few times, and then there were still 20 more, he was thrown around another 20 odd times. So, there are questions about that, the profession and whether, children need to be looked at more carefully. And obviously, because the coach was unlicensed, more investigation into such kind of classes like that. But also, I mean, his uncle was there. He was actually supervising the class and filming it. And it has opened a cultural debate about this kind of long-seated notion of respect for teachers in Taiwan, about just standing back and expecting that the teacher knows best, because in this instance, clearly the teacher did not.
Kerry Allen, thank you.